7 books left for the Book Junkie trials, nothing planned for the next 7 days, and it's the reading rush. Let's do this. Now, this will be my first time joining in with the Reading Rush, which was previously known as Booktubeathon. I've been aware of the Booktube community for a few years, but because the Booktubeathon involved so much video work, I've never really done it before. But now that I've decided to make a channel, I thought I definitely needed to have a go. So I'm here today to give you my hopeful, very ambitious TBR, and it doubles up because it means that I can complete the Book Junkie trials as long as I get these books read. To start with, an author's debut work, I'm going to be reading Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco. This is a reread for me. I really enjoyed this book the first time round and I gave it 5 stars, and this time I'm rereading it and annotating it in detail because I just love the relationship that is in there. So the next book I will be reading is to combine quite a few challenges. I am using it for a book that has a non-human main character, for a read a book to movie adaptation, and for a book that has purple on the cover. It is none other than Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep by Philip K. Dick. Now, I promise that is purple, and the rules say there needs to be a little bit of purple on the cover. That's a little, but it's on there, so this is what I will be reading. Now, this book has been on my TBR forever, and it's a hell of a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. It's only 210 pages, which makes it perfect to read for a readathon, right? I'm really looking forward to this. I actually really love Blade Runner, and this is the book that Blade Runner comes from, and I haven't seen the new one either, so I'm hoping that I can actually read this book and then watch Blade Runner again and then watch the newest version of it as well, because that will be quite exciting for me and something new to see and new to explore, and I do love adaptations, so this is one of the challenges that I'm most interested in doing. For a book that I was meant to read last year, I have chosen All the Crooked Saints by Maggie Stavata. I was supposed to read this last year for the Young Adult Book Club at Waterstones, and things got in the way, life, took over, and I just didn't manage to finish it. I've never read a Maggie Stavata before, and I'm not entirely certain that I'm actually going to like this, but I have it on audiobook and I'm really willing to give it a try, because if I do, there's so many more books I can read. I know I'm late to the party. I've never read The Raven Cycle, I haven't read any of her original books. I had Linger for a very long time and then eventually unhauled it because it just wasn't getting read. So maybe this will introduce a new author to me and be something that I can really enjoy. I'm not actually too sure what this is about, so I believe that it's something to do with miracles and wishes and maybe a psychic of some kind, but I think I'm just going to listen to the audiobook and go with it anyway. It was suggested and it seemed to be well enjoyed, even though I hadn't read it and I was supposed to read it for last year's book club, so it definitely fits the prompt. So now, a book with 5 or more words in the title, and it's surprisingly difficult to find that. I did manage to eventually find one, and it fits with my Book Junkie trials prompts, so I will be reading The Rose and the Dagger by Rennie Ardier. Now, I read The Wrath and the Dawn last year, and it was a 3-star read for me. I really wanted to like it because the idea of the 1001 Nights retelling was something that I was really into. I loved that it was more of a Middle Eastern inspired story, and I hadn't read a lot of that back then. And I wanted to really like it, but I didn't love the main character, I didn't love their relationship. I came to enjoy it a bit more when it got to the end of that book, and so I did immediately go and buy the second one, but it's been sat on my shelf now for about 1.5 years, and I really do just need to get to it. It's a young adult book, so I think it'll be quite quick for me to read, so even though it looks like it's a little bit longer, I've got a feeling I'll be able to get through it as quickly as possible. So now for my final challenge of a book that I'm going to read sitting all in the same spot. I've just got on my Kindle on Prime Reading the The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So I'm really looking forward to giving a graphic novel a go, because it's been a very long time since I've read one, and I'm excited about reading that, and I am fairly certain I can read that all in one spot. Now, the spot that I choose you'll see when I do a vlog. I'm not going to go and move you there today because I'm not sure whether I'm going to read on my comfy couch spot or whether I'm going to have a go at doing that one nice and curled up in bed, but you'll see that when I vlog it. And that is all the challenges complete. But what you will have noticed at the beginning of this video is that I said I was going to read 7 books in 7 days because I want to finish the Book Junkie Trials. I'm actually a tiny bit ahead on the Book Junkie Trials if I do that, and I've got 1 book left over which I think will take me a couple of days to read, so I desperately need to get those 7 books done this week. So what are the 2 other books that I'm planning on reading? The first book I'm planning on reading is Song of Sorrow by Melinda Salisbury. This is the second in a duology about Sorrow Van Taxis, who is a young girl who unfortunately loses her mother and her brother when she is just a baby, when she's born, and her father falls into a deep depression about this. Her mother named her Sorrow, for sorrow is all that she brings. It's the saddest thing ever. I recently read the first book in this series and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. Wayne actually read it about a year before me because we got it in Fairy Loot, and he has been begging me to read it for ages, and then he finished Song of Sorrow not long ago and really wants me to get onto this, so I've got to read this week so he can talk about it. It's full of politics, intrigue, mystery, some romance, and some really powerful female characters in here, which I absolutely love and enjoy and wish I had seen more of in the first book. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to them in this world. If you don't know what this series is fully about, please go check out the first book, because I can't really give you a rundown of this one as it's the duology, but in my wrap up I will tell you whether the series is completely worth you buying, and at the moment I'm expecting it will be. I'm predicting that this is a 5-star read. And finally, to make sure that I do manage to finish at 7 and 7 and that I get that badge, I am going to be reading The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Volume 2. Now, just in case I don't get time to watch the Blade Runner movies, I also can use this for the adaptation challenge and catch up on the Netflix series adaptation, which I'm a little bit behind on anyway. Now, I'm a few hours behind because I didn't film this video, as I didn't decide that I was going to do the reading rush until late last night. So I'm filming this video on the first morning of it and I've got to get it edited, but that's okay. I think I'm going to start with All the Crooked Saints, as that's an audiobook, so I can listen to that while I do some of this editing once I've filmed another video. Thank you very much for coming along and watching my TBR. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading rush, and I'd love to speak to anyone else who's involved and discuss some of the books more. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment, because I really do want to talk to you. I've joined the community so that I can talk and discuss books, so I would love to answer some people back in the comments. Have a good day.